Golly. Look, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing out of just pure laughter at this point. Because, like, what the hell is going on in the streams in my home? Okay, so let's get back to it, okay, y'all. So again, the security guard he's on the mindset like I'm on. Like, security is poor. They have no idea what they're doing at this point. Why why are they all under the tents? No one has a vantage point. No one can see outside of what's happening right now. It's almost as if I'm not, like, again, we're gonna get into the conspiratorial aspect of it all, because like I said before, I was really interrupted last time. I don't think he felt like he needed to protect himself amongst his own. You see what I'm saying? Because we're the violent ones. We're the ones that need affirmative action to survive. We're the ones that can't survive without clear help. We are the imbeciles, etc., etc., etc. You know what I mean? So, watch this. Let me go to my profile because I want y'all to see something real quick. And this is going to be a critical part right here, because now we're about to start the conspiracy theories. So everyone is saying that this was fake, that these are crisis actors, because there are, let's I don't want y'all to think that I'm making up crisis actors. Crisis actors do exist. Remember that Sandy Hooks thing happened a long time ago, and they found that little girl that was like the poster child of it, that was supposed to have been the victim. They found a billboard of her, and I want to say it was in England, in Great Britain somewhere, where she was an actress. So it's real. You look up on YouTube, Sandy Hooks hoax, or Shady Hooks hoax. It was an elementary school shooting, like back in the 90s, in the 1900s. Okay, so boom. Let's start here. They're saying that, again, the Simpsons predicted it again, right?
The Simpsons predicted the tragic Charlie Kirk incident years ago. The episode opens with a university quad packed with students. Banners flap in the wind. A stage is set up under bright floodlights. A political activist steps to the podium. The crowd cheers. Phones rise into the air to capture the moment. Suddenly, a muzzle flash bursts from the balcony.
Did y'all see that red
The
hat?
activist collapses onto the stage.
At this point, I think they're just making this up, because they don't never tell us what episode.
Chairs topple in waves as the crowd surges. Security rushes forward, shielding the stage.
Pop up after tragedy. Exactly.
The wounded away. The crowd tramples fences trying to escape. Shoes and backpacks are left abandoned in the rush. Police swarm the field with sirens blaring. Reporters shout over one another, shoving microphones toward anyone who will speak. An ambulance backs up to the stage. Paramedics kneel in the floodlights, working frantically. A stretcher rolls through the barricades. Back at the Simpson house, Marge clutches Maggie, shaking.
I can't believe this is happening in America.
By morning, the stage is abandoned. Candles line the campus steps. Flowers pile beneath the torn banner. Handwritten notes cover the walls. Students sit in silence, holding one another. Follow for more Simpsons predictions like this. The Simpsons predicted the tragic...
Girl, I'm not about to play with AI, but isn't that funny though? They always saying they had a what you call it. So now you, in my other clip, that's supposed to be a video, they were saying how the guy jumped from the ceiling to ceiling to ceiling. Now, before my part one got cut off, I was saying that I come from a military family. I consider myself partially militant myself. I can survive in the woods. You know what I mean? I know how to make certain things to eat. I know how to recognize herbs. I know what's poisonous, what's not. I know what snakes are poisonous, what's not. You know, stuff like that. I don't really like... I'm not arachnophobic, but I'm not one to play around with spiders. But I know which ones are poisonous, which ones are not, and where they typically live at. So either way, I know for a fact that if a real military person was on this roof, on this roof right here, and he had just shot somebody, because again, that was not a sniper shooting. It was only 200 yards. And I showed y'all already. I looked it up for y'all in case y'all don't know. 200, I could shoot 200 yards. That's something you shoot while you're hunting. That is not a a sniper shooting. That was a pedestrian shooting at best. You know, an experienced weapons handler that's probably been hunting all their life. Again, that is not a sniper shooting. You know, a sniper would have been able to, where I'm at. A sniper would have been able to see predict where his head gonna be at, and cut through that banner and get him right here. Or they would have gotten a better position so they can get him up front. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know, and then he stood up. Who stands up, jump, and run? No. He number one, you wouldn't have seen him up there. He wouldn't have had on all black. He would have had on maybe a form of white or light blue. He would have blended in with the sky. He would have had a white rifle. He would have took his shot, rolled over, body rolls towards the exit, disassembled that thing, took all that stuff off, and booked it into the crowd with his Magna hat on. Like, that's not militant at all. Shoot, stand up, run in all black. The fuck? Like, this is why people think it's fake, because what? Who? What? There was nothing military about that. Like, nothing at all. So, what I think happened is that he got too comfortable, and I don't know why, because a lot of people are saying, this is just to cause civil unrest, and this is to make the conservative go against the liberal. Whatever, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But what if his wife just wanted to leave him, and they know that they would blame politics for it? What if he got his mistress pregnant and beat her, tried to beat the baby out of her, and that's her brother? Like, there's so many different things that could actually be happening here. It doesn't necessarily have to be this big conspiracy thing. It could just be a regular murder. We don't know. And if it is the liberal against the conservative, I'm neither. I'm going to sit back and drink and watch. What you gonna do? The girls are fighting. The girls are fighting. Not my business. No. Well, what that guy say on Live Hip Hop? Not my business. Nothing to do with me. I'm good. Like, rest in whatever you gonna rest in 8. You know, if that's what, you know, it don't have nothing to do with me. But interesting enough, watch this.
And to the witch who hexed Charlie Kirk, I fear your sales have gone over the roof. Now, 2 days ago, Jezebel had put out this article, and it said, we paid some Etsy witches to...
2 days ago.
What? Now, in light of events of what happened to Charlie Kirk, they did put in an editor's note and said that the story was published on September 8th, and Jezebel condemns the shooting of Charlie Kirk in the strongest possible terms. We do not condone, endorse, or excuse political violence of any kind. Now, what makes the story kind of funny is that they never actually took the article down. They just edited it with that editor's note. Now, the article's long, and I'm not going to read it to you in its entirety. I encourage you to go read it yourself, but there are a couple of snippets in the article that I pulled that I thought were interesting. Now, they put in this disclaimer. They say, now, is it ethical to curse a man that I've never met? Probably not. But is it unethical to let him keep talking? Yes. So here we are in this gray area. Now, they do say that they didn't want to cause him harm, but they did want him to wake up with an inexplicable zit. Now, in this portion of the article, they do talk about the aftermath after they had hired that Etsy witch. They said the next day, the priestess sent over her cast a photo that was in flames, and the edges had slowly curled inward, engulfing Charlie's ridiculous, scrunched up little face. And she whispered, they imagine, trust the unseen, gave them chills. schedule. Now, the final part of the article, they say, in which is we trust. So they say, did this Etsy curse work? Time will tell. The forces move in mysterious ways, and as the priestess reminds me, spell work is a collaboration between the cat, the client, and the universe.
Child, they reach it for every. Y'all got time to be putting spells on people, y'all. Okay, so now I want to get into a couple of witness statements. Let's see, is this a witness statement here? Let me see. Oh shit! Oh Lord have mercy! Lord, stop! Oh shit! That scared me. I must have saved that on accident. I don't want that in my I don't want that in my. I'm gonna go. How you take that off of here? I could have gone my entire life without saying that. That shook me a little bit.
Well,
All right.
sorry, people actually feeling sorry for Charlie Kirk, the guy who made a career out of despising anyone that wasn't straight, white, and male, and encouraging other people to do what he was doing. I mean, look, feel free to feel empathy for him, but this is what the guy you're mourning thought about that.
I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage, but...
You know what else does damage, Charlie? No, we shouldn't go there. I mean, that being said, this is what Charlie said about people who lose their lives to guns in America.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights.
Make no mistake, when he said that he thinks that the occasional gun death tips the scales and he can get behind that, he's talking about deaths. He's not talking about this. I think a few of them need to die every year because, my fingers are perfect. A few of them need to die every year because it keeps everything equal, you know? They have to die as fast as they being born because we not being born as fast as we dying. I don't want to be more of them than us than it already is. I'm just saying. So, watch this. Fair use, fair use.
Kirk's killer. This morning, the hunt is underway for Charlie Kirk's killer. The charismatic conservative activist shot at Utah Valley University. Kirk was discussing mass shootings in America when a shot rang out.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
The attack captured on video from multiple angles. The moment of impact. Too graphic to show.
Too graphic to
Authorities
show.
overnight
Lord have
saying
mercy.
it was a targeted attack.
I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination.
A university spokesperson.
How do you know? It literally just happened. How do you know it was political? How? And if he's right there, why I'm not right here? Why I'm not right here getting it from behind? Why I'm not right here? Why am I right here? Why am I not in this tree? In that tree? And they got so many ways to do stuff. Why I didn't shake his hand already and hit him with a little, a little, cyanide or something. This stuff to make you foam out the mouth that they be biting on in the back of their teeth and they don't want to get captured. Why am I this amateur right here jumping off on this side and then jumping off into what neighborhood? Child, okay. How do you know this is politically charged? Or are you trying to politically charge it? How you know his wife wasn't tired? How you know he was a great husband and he wasn't violent at home? Like, how do you know?
Said the shooter appears to have fired from this building, some 200 yards from Kirk's location.
We saw him fall backward, blood shooting out of his neck, hit the floor, and we just had it bolted out of there.
Kirk rushed to the hospital in a private vehicle. A crowd of around 3,000 fleeing in panic. Authorities taking one man into custody shortly after the shooting and later releasing him. Then in the evening, FBI Director Kash Patel posting that a second man had been taken into custody, but less than 2 hours later, saying he was released. Overnight, authorities saying, quote, there are no current ties to the shooting with either one of these individuals and are now asking the public for tips. President Trump, who announced Kirk's death, calling him a patriot.
Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country.
No, he wasn't. No. No. The whole country didn't get attacked. He got attacked. He got hurt by one other person. One person got hurt by one person. But again, we don't know if this was politically charged or not. We don't know. It was obvious when Fred Hampton it was politically charged. It was obvious. Like these were obvious things. We don't know. All we got is somebody dressed in all black on the roof that shot him. It wasn't a military strike. The military took care of ours. We knew this. Did Gregory pulled up Malcolm X's autopsy report? Remember that? He went around showing people for years. So we know what we know that we know. But how do we know? It was sloppy. It was a terrible. People talking about it was a crisp, clean shot. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Any professional go 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3. No one does that. And that was sloppy. That was sloppy. That was nasty work. That wasn't professional at all. The man was just standing up throwing t-shirts to the crowd. That's... like...
The 31-year-old Kirk was one of the most
Dang,
influential
31?
conservative figures in the country. And
Lord, not to speak ill of the... but that's a harsh 31. That is a harsh 31. Jesus. I told you that's Grand Wizard vibes right there. I keep telling y'all, he was going to these PWIs and these PW places and these PW events, primarily primarily transparent people just to talk about us and just spew a bunch of negativity about us because he was recruiting for the pointy head people, for the rioters and the looters. Cause why else would you go? Didn't I tell you the 3? The first thought come with the hate, the negative propaganda. Then he addressed the birth rate, trying to make them lily white keep their babies. And 3, we need to keep our guns. The hate, the babies, and the guns. The hate, because this is the enemy. The babies, because we had negative minus birth rate. And the guns, because we need the guns to fuel the first one. Don't that sound like pointy head behavior to you?
ally of President Trump since the 2016 election and a close friend of many in the Trump White House. Kirk co-founded Turning Point USA as a teenager, eventually growing it into a powerhouse organizing group for young conservatives on college campuses.
So he was targeting the kids. Who else target the kids? When they want to change our identity from indigenous to all the way to trickle down to black, they did it with the youth. When they wanted to desegregate the youth, they galvanized the youth. Now he's trying to give rebirth to and that's speculation on my part, to the pointy head people with the eyes cut out, to the sheet wearers. That's my pointy head, see? With the sheets. I'm just saying.
credited with helping Trump win over young voters in the 2024 election.
And let's just say thank you, God, for giving us Donald Trump and giving our country back.
Kirk, also a popular podcaster, was well known for his advocacy for conservative politics and traditional Christian views, attracting both support and controversy for his views on gender, gay rights, and race. His website calling him deeply involved in America's cultural and ideological battles. Kirk was a married father of 2 children. Go. Overnight, tributes in Utah for a young activist whose life was cut short by an act of shocking political violence.
There they go again.
And regarding the videos that have been circulating capturing that horrific...
Come on now. How do you know this is political violence? We don't know. All we know right now is this was violence. We don't know what caused the violence. We haven't even caught him yet. If it's a him, could have been a her.
Horrific moment. At least one lawmaker is trying to now make sure that they are pulled from online searches. In the meantime, school officials here say that campus will remain closed until at least next week. And we've also learned just within the last few minutes that Vice President Vance making his way here to Utah today, although his arrival time still unclear. Correct, Savannah?
All right, Morgan Chesky for us on the scene there in Utah. Morgan, thank you. Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC. Or take Today when you're on the go. Just...
How do you know? Everybody talking about this politically charged, this politically that. This is what happened. We don't know nothing. It just happened. Like, it just happened. What? 10 hours ago? 8 hours ago? I don't know how early in the morning it was, but come on, man. Y'all gotta stop. So watch this. Make sure I delete this video right here because I definitely did not want to see that. Now, they were saying that the security guards was giving hand signals right before shots rang out. Watch this.
Over the last 10 years.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America?
I don't see it.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
I done watched it like 4 times. Let's try one more time. He's recording. He fixing his head.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10
Scratching his
years?
teeth.
Counting
He
or not
looking
counting
around.
gang violence?
Great.
He tapped on his arm. I don't know. I don't see it. Do y'all see it? I don't see it. Before I even started recording, I saw other videos and I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. Now I saw this one account on someone else's page where this hillbilly guy was talking. Hold on.
I was
Watch this.
taught that if you don't have anything positive to say, keep your mouth shut. I was going to take that fucking approach, but
Ooh.
nothing's off limits, so fuck it. Charlie Kirk was assassinated yesterday. First of all, I want to say I do not condone violence, and I don't wish death on anyone. But bullets do not discriminate. And if you're going to preach hate and you're going to rile up people and it's going to be a political device to sit up here and divide this country, you can't sit up here and act like this shit don't work both ways. He was the one that said some deaths are necessary to keep our Second Amendment. How fucking ironic. He was the one that preached black on black crime. I'm pretty sure it was probably white on white crime, and it was in Utah. Like a boomerang. You throw it and it comes back at you. You can't be putting out things that are negative and expect not to be affected only in a positive way. Everything comes back at you sooner or later. There's no fucking immunity. I was taught that if you don't have anything positive,
That's what the elder had to say. Can I just say, we all have this china cabinet. Who grandma got this china cabinet at their house with the plate with all the ancestors' names on it? Genealogy right there on the china plate. Look. I love my people. Anyway. Now this says they show him running. Now this is what I'm talking about right here. This is not like,
the shooter that was on the building running after having shot Charlie. So originally this video surfaced where these two guys noticed that there was something strange on the roof. I posted about this earlier where they actually saw him getting into position and crouching. And people weren't 100% sure that this was accurate just yet because there was no movement. This was right after the shooting. Everybody's ducking, but if you look closely, here you can see him actually running after firing. If you look closely at the beginning, you can even see him holding the rifle. Here's a better look at what we're talking about. It looks as though he might be throwing the weapon onto his back as he makes his escape. And here's a completely different angle of that we can see him laying on top of this roof right before he takes his shot. Now this is not a political event, so somebody being on the roof, not that it's common. It's just that Charlie doesn't have a team of Secret Service members looking out for something like this. To me, this is truly shocking footage. But what do you guys think about this? This is crazy.
And then this is my whole thing. They're calling it political, but he's not a politician. Anyway, he's an activist, right? But anyway, what I would like to know is, if that was a professional, why wasn't they wearing white or blue to blend in? Why did they choose that rooftop that wasn't even that far off the ground? That was only 200 yards away. 200 yards is not a distance. It's not a long distance at all. It's not. It's fairly close. That was amateur shot at best. That if that was a real sniper, they would have been so far away, you wouldn't even be able to see him. By the time y'all saw him, he was like everybody else, running, frantic, on one of these little phones talking about, I just saw it. Oh my God, it was everywhere. And it wouldn't have been in the neck. It would have been in the head somewhere. That is so tacky. That's not a clean shot. Do y'all know what a clean shot is? That wasn't clean. That was a dirty shot. Boom, 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 boom. Those are clean shots. That's not clean. At all. On no level. And then watch her laughing. This is what I thought was very weird. Watch this.
How could he have
watch her smirking
from that perfect shot right in the carotid?
Yeah, that's not a perfect shot.
It was coming out like a water fountain. It was so real.
Right away. So it was right in the neck.
Right here. Yes.
Seeing that, so suddenly you just saw like blood spurt out.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so sorry. That must have been really awful.
I heard pop, pop, and I thought that sounded like a firecracker. I'm like, and then my other mind was like, wait a minute, was that a gun? I was like, no. But then I saw the blood. It was like a water fountain. And then everybody dropped. I was still standing up looking for the shooter like an idiot. I was standing up going, where is he? But, then I dropped. Then everybody made me leave because I was still looking to see what was going on and looking for the shooter.
How could he have shot him from that perfect shot right in the carotid?
That's not a perfect shot. Like, y'all think what is a... Oh. What is a perfect rifle shot? A perfect shot is an accurately placed shot that achieves the cover, precise body alignment, standing in position, controlled breathing technique, the stable position, neutral. This has everything to do with the shooter. Breathing control, stable, sight perfect, slow, steady squeeze, conscious timing. Okay, watch this. And I'm going to be done. Where on the body would a what did I say? Where on the body would a sniper? What did I say? Whatever. Military center mass. Thank you. Thank you. While the headshot is always a game winner. But that's just in movies. You always go for the chest shot because the crowd don't even know somebody been shot yet. The blood don't just spew out. It pulls. By then, everybody, they think they heard something. They don't know if they heard something. They looking around trying to see what's going on. Then you fall. Like, that is not a professional. That was sloppy. That was very sloppy. That was probably a lucky shot. Anyway. Amateur. You murderer. That was not... It wasn't political. It wasn't
I live like a capitalist every single day, Shank.
Excuse me. So, yeah, that's what all I had to say about poor Charlie boy, you know. Rest wherever you're going to rest at. And do whatever you're going to do. Now, this young lady here, again, I think this is an actress. Like, all these people are fake. They are so fake. Like, everything is fake. Fakety, fake, fake. All of it. Like,
Am
this
I a
is a
conspiracy
script.
theorist? Absolutely. And I don't want to believe that Charlie Kirk is a conspiracy. However, I'm already seeing too many things that's making me question everything. Go back and watch the video. We've all seen it. The number one thing that's bugging me out is he had this little black mark right here, just hanging out on his shirt. And
Now, y'all see I accidentally looked at the video of the actual... And I saw the black mark on this side of the shirt, but I didn't see it move. But that was probably just me. But again, like I was stating earlier, he didn't have security like that because he didn't think he was in danger. Remember, he was in my mind, allegedly, this is just what I think. I think he was a recruiter which is why he always went into predominantly spaces to spew hateful rhetoric about, so that he can recruit them for the triple Ks. This is just what I think. But anyway, I didn't see the black dot.
all of a sudden, right before the shot, it moves. I thought it was the bullet or something, but it's on his shirt. It literally moves. That's number one. Number two, signaling of the security guard to his back right. Right before it happens, the security guard signals something with his arms. Go back, you can see that too. There's too many things.
I don't think that was a signal.
One more thing I just thought of. How about the fact that that person on the roof looked very military, very tactical? Like, that was not just a random person.
Yes, it was.
That was military. The Trump live stream.
Who grew up in the country? Who jumped off the barn? Who could jump off a roof? Who climbed trees and jumped down trees? Like, what? That's not military. If it was military, if it was a sniper, you wouldn't have seen him. Just like we didn't see who shot Michael Luther King.
I was watching that last night and I thought like I was off or something because it didn't seem right. It didn't seem real. But now I'm seeing like other people are saying that there's a glitch in the video. Like, what's going on? I don't want to believe this was planned or a way to create civil uprising. And I'm distraught, man. I've been crying and crying ever since this happened. But something feels off. Am I a conspiracy theorist? Absolutely.
You're not a red eye, no swelling, but you've been crying all day, girl. Stop. Like, these people are so fake. Just fakety, fake. Just fake. But yeah, that's all I had to say. I'm going to have to go and put all these videos together because as y'all can see, I got cut off so many times. All this is fake. I'm going to sit back and mind my business. The girls are fighting. Let them go ahead and it's not our business. But I do have this one thing to say to the YNs. And I think I'm going to do a separate video as a message to y'all. But I'm going to tag it on here. And I'm going to tell y'all now. There's other things for y'all to be doing than each other. If y'all want to somebody, there's people out there for you to They don't have to look like you. They don't have to be as young as you. Trust me, if you start protecting your neighborhood, it'll be somebody to take care of. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't it be better if you would, like, get rid of all the foreigners at the corner stores and then go down there to the bank president and say, hey, so-and-so gonna come in here tomorrow for a bank loan. He got good credit. He got a good education. He from around here. We want him to have that store. And he's going to get it. Because I'm going to tell you something. What is illegal is gangs. What is legal is a militia. So y'all better get it together. I'm going to do a whole video on that. I'm going to explain what a militia is in retrospect to what a gang is. And I'm going to talk to y'all. Because y'all need somewhere to focus your energy on. And protecting will give you the same adrenaline rush, the same endorphins that you get from harming your own. Protecting your own is going to give you the same thing. That same feeling of superiority, that same feeling of invincibility, all the things you get from being a thug and a rapscallion, you're going to get that as a protector. Why do you think the Black Panthers wasn't a gang? They was a militia. And they was standing around cops with their double-barrel shotguns. Because they were a militia. And they were standing up against the current public status quo. And you couldn't do nothing with them but murder them. That's all you could do. And the way the YNs be ready to crash out, you're not going to catch them slipping like you caught them Panthers slipping. Baby, look here, YNs. Y'all have a purpose. And what y'all doing is not it. This black span, and I'm out.